"The world is a beautiful place, and I am no longer afraid to die." These words, a reflection of peace and acceptance, can resonate deeply, especially as we grow older. The fear of death often looms in the minds of seniors, causing anxiety, sleepless nights, and even physical discomfort. But what if there was a way to face this fear with grace and live fully, despite knowing our time on this earth is limited? Today, we will explore how embracing the beauty of life, letting go of the fear of death, and living with purpose can not only improve our mental well-being, but also enhance our physical health. Throughout this video, we will take a deeper look to why fear of death is so common and how it affects us, how shifting our perspective to one of acceptance can bring peace, the power of gratitude, forgiveness, and leaving a meaningful legacy, how embracing spirituality can help us find comfort in the face of mortality. So, stay with me as we navigate this beautiful journey together and learn how to embrace life with open arms, knowing that death is simply part of the natural flow. Fear of death is something that many seniors face, though it's rarely talked about openly. This fear isn't just about the physical aspects of dying. It's about the uncertainty, the unknown, and the end of everything we know. As we age, it's natural to reflect on life and wonder how much time we have left. This can trigger feelings of anxiety, stress, and even depression. The universal fear of mortality. Why is the fear of death so common, especially among older adults? For many, it's linked to the loss of control. As we age, we may feel that we no longer have power over our body's health or future. We also face the reality that our loved ones will be left behind. The existential nature of this fear can sometimes feel overwhelming. Psychologically, the fear of death is often rooted in our survival instincts. It's hardwired into us to avoid danger, and death represents the ultimate danger. But with aging comes the realization that death is inevitable. It's not something we can avoid. This paradox can create fear in our minds. Research has shown that fear of mortality is more pronounced in seniors than in younger individuals. Studies have linked this fear to higher levels of anxiety, depression, and stress. In fact, older adults often experience sleep disturbances, increased blood pressure, and even weakened immune systems as a result of their fear of death. One study published in the Journal of Clinical Psychology found that seniors who feared death had a higher risk of mental health issues, including depression and social isolation. Another study by the American Psychological Association discovered that death anxiety in seniors was directly linked to poorer physical health outcomes, particularly chronic conditions like heart disease and diabetes. The impact of fear on health living with constant fear of death isn't just an emotional burden, it's a physical one too. The stress that comes from worrying about our mortality can lead to elevated blood pressure, heart palpitations, and disrupted sleep patterns. This chronic stress takes a toll on our overall health, weakening the immune system and making it harder to fight off illnesses. Seniors often report feeling fatigued and mentally drained due to the constant weight of this fear. It can lead to a sense of hopelessness, making it harder to engage in daily activities and enjoy life. I've met so many seniors who've openly shared their struggles with death anxiety. One elderly man I spoke with, George, told me that his fear of dying kept him awake every night. He feared the unknown, the loneliness, and the idea of being forgotten. But after seeking help and speaking with a therapist, he began to understand that death wasn't something to fear. It was just another chapter in the beautiful story of life. To face the fear of death, there are practical steps we can take. One powerful method is mindfulness. By focusing on the present moment and letting go of the fear of what's ahead, we can reduce anxiety and find peace. Deep breathing exercises and meditation can also help calm the mind and body, reducing stress and improving sleep. Talking openly with loved ones can also be therapeutic. Many seniors find comfort in discussing their fears with family members, friends, or even a counselor. It's important to recognize that these fears are natural, and sharing them can be incredibly healing. Shifting the focus. One of the most powerful ways to reduce the fear of death is to shift our perspective. Instead of seeing death as something to fear, we can begin to view it as a natural part of life. When we stop resisting the inevitable, we free ourselves from anxiety and stress. Embracing the concept of acceptance doesn't mean we stop living or give up on our health. It simply means that we come to terms with the fact that life is finite, and that's okay. In fact, this realization can make us appreciate every moment more deeply. Spirituality and acceptance. For many seniors, spirituality offers comfort and peace in the face of mortality. Whether through religious faith, meditation, or philosophy, spirituality helps us find a deeper meaning in life. It allows us to see death not as an end, but as part of a greater cycle, one that is beyond our understanding, but also part of the beauty of existence. Many spiritual traditions, such as Buddhism and Christianity, teach that death is not something to fear, but to accept with grace. These teachings remind us that life continues in different forms, and our souls remain connected to something greater than ourselves. Living with awareness. Living with awareness means being fully present in each moment. It's about letting go of the fear of what's ahead and instead embracing the beauty of now. Research shows that practicing mindfulness and focusing on the present can significantly reduce anxiety and depression in older adults. Studies show that mindfulness practices can reduce anxiety, lower blood pressure, and improve sleep quality. A study published in the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry found that seniors who practiced mindfulness reported feeling less anxious and more at peace with their lives. They were also better able to manage stress and cope with challenges. I've met seniors who have found peace through mindfulness. Take, for example, Mary, a 74-year-old woman who began practicing meditation to cope with her fear of death. Through her practice, she learned to let go of her worries and embrace each day with a sense of calm. Her anxiety decreased and she became more engaged in life, cherishing her time with family and friends. To begin shifting your perspective, start with mindfulness exercises. Take 5 minutes each day to sit quietly, focus on your breath, and bring your mind back to the present moment. Over time, this will help you release fear and live with more peace. Another practice is journaling. Writing about your feelings, your fears, and your hopes can be incredibly therapeutic. It allows you to release pent-up emotions and gain clarity. The importance of gratitude. One of the most powerful ways to reduce the fear of death is by practicing gratitude. When we focus on the things we are thankful for, we shift our attention away from the fear of what's to come. Gratitude helps us appreciate the beauty in our lives, no matter how small it may seem. Gratefulness doesn't just improve our mood. It also has physical benefits. Studies show that seniors who practice gratitude experience improved mental health, better sleep, and even stronger immune systems. Finding joy in simple things. Living fully means finding joy in the small, everyday moments. It's about appreciating the beauty in a sunrise, the sound of birds singing, or a quiet afternoon spent with loved ones. These small joys add up, creating a life that feels rich and fulfilling. The role of connection as we age, maintaining meaningful relationships becomes even more important. Social connections provide comfort, reduce feelings of loneliness, and help us feel grounded. Whether it's spending time with family, joining a community group, or volunteering, these connections give life purpose and meaning. Research shows that seniors who maintain social connections and practice gratitude tend to have better health outcomes. A study published in the Journal of Aging and Health found that social engagement in older adults is linked to improved physical health, including lower rates of chronic diseases and longer lifespans. I've met so many seniors who have found joy in their relationships and daily moments. One woman, Betty, told me that her happiest moments come from spending time with her grandchildren. Despite her health challenges, she is filled with gratitude for the time she has with them. Start a gratitude journal and write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. This simple practice can shift your mindset and help you focus on the beauty in your life. Also, take time to connect with others. Whether it's a phone call to a friend or a family visit, maintaining those relationships will keep you engaged and uplifted. The weight of regrets. Regret is another common emotional burden, especially as we age. Many seniors reflect on their past choices, wishing they had done things differently. The what-ifs can weigh heavily on the heart, preventing us from living in peace. But holding on to regrets only keeps us tied to the past. It prevents us from fully embracing the present and the future. Forgiveness, both of ourselves and others, is a powerful tool for letting go of these regrets. Forgiveness and peace. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing hurtful behavior or forgetting past mistakes. It means freeing ourselves from the hold that negative emotions have on us. When we forgive, we let go of the anger, guilt, or sadness that keeps us from experiencing peace. Forgiveness has been shown to reduce stress, improve mental health, and even boost physical health. A study in the Journal of Behavioral Medicine found that older adults who practiced forgiveness had lower blood pressure, reduced anxiety, and reported feeling happier overall. Many seniors find that forgiving themselves for past mistakes brings peace. I spoke with a woman named Joan, who had long regretted a difficult relationship with her daughter. After years of emotional turmoil, she reached out and made amends. The weight lifted from her heart, and she felt a sense of freedom she hadn't experienced in years. Start by identifying areas in your life where you may need to practice forgiveness. Write down your feelings and reflect on how forgiveness could bring you peace. It's a process, but taking small steps can bring healing. Living without the fear of death is possible, even for seniors. By shifting our perspective, embracing gratitude, letting go of regrets, and finding peace in spirituality, we can live fully, even in the face of mortality. Life is beautiful, and it's not about fearing the end. It's about cherishing the moments we have now. Remember, your life is a precious gift. Embrace it with love, acceptance, and an open heart. You are not alone on this journey. Together we can walk this path with peace and grace. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. For more content on living your healthiest, happiest life, you deserve it.